It's isinglass day really for Frank. Oh, look at this brand new isinglass. I'm so happy. May 16th, and can you believe it? The road to the marina is open. So it's beautiful today. It's perfect. A lot of people have been sending me messages. Oh, they're on the water and everything. Good for you. I'm very happy for you, yeah. But yeah, to me, just right now, it's starting where I'm gonna go buffing the boat and putting some bottom coat paint on, putting the anodes on as well, and yeah, let's go. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been at the marina. Look at this. I feel at home. A few boats been moved out. Gracias is right behind the blue tarp right there, standing tall and proud, as she should. Oh, all right. So that gives me a bit more room to do my stuff there, the buffing and the bottom coat paint on. Yeah. And happily, this is right here waiting for me so that I can climb all the way up there. And a new add-on is there. Just need to do these ones here. Yeah, there's the big one right in the middle. The one for the other flap. Getting there already. And you know what's different? It's being here with a t-shirt on and still being warm, as opposed to having my coat on during the winter. I'll take it. And it's going to be on for the anodes for the bow thruster. There's one that goes here, 2, 3, and a fourth one here. So that's 8 with the stern thruster all together. So Saturday, May 16th, and I got a call from the marina a few days ago saying that yeah, the boat is going to be going in the water on Saturday, May 16th. So very happy about that, and it's going to take me a bit of time to do what I need to do. I'm just preparing myself just in case they call me and say, oh, we're gonna put you in the water a few days ahead, so I want to be ready, right? So my goal right now is to do the bottom coat and also to do the at least the bottom part here, the buffing and the waxing, so that when the boat is at the dock, I'll be able to do the top side here. And I've also received my isinglass. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 pieces at the top here, except for the 5 ones that are at the back. They need to be changed, and then so they look really sharp. So I have them here in the car. I'm gonna put them up, but just before I do, I'm gonna just scrub around the part here, the bimini top. There's a little bit of growth being happening right there, so yeah, I don't want to wash that, and then you know it drips there on the new isinglass. So I'm gonna do that before I put the isinglass. And again, I want to do all of this before the boat goes out, just in case I'm being called out and it rains. So yeah, it's all happening at the same time. As I'm about to climb on the boat, I look in Dingata, the dinghy, and I found this here. It is an Atwood water-resistant 4-inch turbo inline blower. If you recall, during my Georgian Bay vacation, on the way back, there was the that little switch there inside the control panel where it says the blower. I pressed on it, and normally the light was green, but at some point it was blinking green. So what's happening now? So upon verification here, one of the 2 blowers is gone. So yeah, it's being replaced right now. All right, let's set up the ladder on the other side. There's more room, and then we're gonna start to clean and get the isinglass up and running. And this is what I mean by there's some growth there just alongside the bimini top. I'll zoom in on that. So this is what I want to take out, the lichen or something like that growing in there. And let me zoom on something else too. I mean, look at the boat. It's off the ground right by a lot, except for here. There's a bit of a small distance from here to there, but what's going to climb on there? Well, here's a hint. Look at that paw. Mr. Raccoon. So that's why I keep the isinglass closed so that they don't create damage in there. But I had to take them out there for a few months to have them replaced. So yeah, you know, they say that critters don't mix well with boat. Here's an example of one that tried. So on the sea-doo, look at all the dirt marks. Those are all like paw prints from raccoon. So it went on right over here on the handles. And then look at that. It tried to climb on the boat. See the difference here between here and here? Just scrubbing the excess for now. Getting the surface ready so that she looks pretty. Oh yes. The last time I put bottom coat paint on was 2 summers ago. So this is the 3rd one and it's holding pretty good if you ask me. I mean, you saw that, right? The growth just flakes out and that's what we want. Oh, what am I gonna do with that? Look at here, the difference, right? I don't put it on the stripes. I'm gonna use another product for that, but just here. Oh yes. Now I'm gonna do the whole thing. And look, it needs it a lot, right? More so going towards the back. Because grass has been spinning and breaking records all summer long last summer. Yes. And this little part here, I'm gonna do some fine tuning at the end once I take the bulk out. So I'm up to here on this line, and I did the top of this gold liner all the way down. So it's pretty sharp. And I've begun to do this one here. So let's keep going at it. Oh yes. It's a lot of work, but it's very satisfying. Oh, I can see the final product in my mind already, and it looks mighty fine. So in my experience, acetone is good with on fiberglass, but on the stripes not so much. I mentioned that before, because I'll do a little something here for you guys. Look at what happens if I use acetone on the stripes. You see, it is white, and it takes the gold out. You do not want that. And now I've done this part all the way down. Look how nice that is. It is so, again, satisfying. So yeah, let's do this part here now. And after that, the bottom coat. For some reason that part is more difficult to take out. So I was just sitting here for a couple of minutes to take a break, and then I just turned my head up and it's like, look at that big boat. And then a fraction of a second later, oh my gosh, that's my boat. Holy jeez, it's impressive, let me tell you. I've had it for what, going on 4 summers now, maybe the 5th one, and it still impresses the heck out of me. It's like, wow. Now that the schmuck has been taking out around the stripes, I'm thinking I'm going to do the bottom coat, except that I still have to do the other side. My wife needs the car shortly, so I'm gonna have to decide what I'm gonna do. I couldn't find the masking tape to put here, but I figured, I'm gonna just be very careful, but nope. See, I did masking tape the last time and it looks impeccable, so I'm gonna keep it that way. So when you think about it, all winter long, what, 7 months or so, you're just on the nice chair back home, watching the fireplace, watching some boating on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, boom, I gotta come over and flex my muscles like all in one shot, and it has to be done within a few days because the boat's going in the water. So don't get me wrong, I'm still loving it. But yeah, it's part of boating. Oh my god, there's a big wall here. What's that? Oh, it's the boat. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just bring the new isinglass inside the boat, leave them in the cabin. And I got some tips there from the person who replaced them. And then so it's gonna be on the next video probably. Yeah, and I'm gonna go home. It's about to start raining, so I'm not gonna push it. I do not want to be in a rush. Oh, the new isinglass, my friends. Oh my gosh, it is so see-through. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, that's really fantastic on the water. I'm so happy. There we go. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be back. I'll do this side and then I'll do the bottom coat. So, and the buffing, of course. Oh my gosh, look at that. More raccoon tracks. I don't know if you can see them well, but they roamed around like crazy, sniffing all over. Jeez. That dinghy cover is brand new too. Anyways, hopefully it's gonna clean up easily. Oh, the engine compartment is shut down. That means the batteries are plugged in. Oh yes. Oh yeah, as a tune-up. Look at the distribution cap. Look how it's all kind of rusty there, right? Yeah, but I keep it. It just sometimes you can just sand it a little bit and it's good as a spare. Yeah. Yeah, so without the isinglass on, look what happened. The raccoons just came in, looked around, see all the paw prints here. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what that is. Oh god, little brats, eh? It's the first time that this happens, but it's the first time I take the isinglass out. At least there's no big damage done, just some signs of presence of the raccoons. So nothing's been chewed, nothing's missing really. So, and let's bring the isinglass inside. All right. Smells great in here. I love it. Love the vibe as always. So now I can start to close a few things, right? Like this here. Look more like a boat that has a captain and a co-captain inside. So, just like this here. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, buddy. Yeah. So, so let's check this here. Yeah, we have some voltage. Port side, starboard. As I put the isinglass in the cabin here, I couldn't help to think that there's a couple who leaves messages now and then on my channel. Very, very nice couple, and they just bought themselves a beautiful Sea Ray Sundancer 280. You know who you are? Yeah, because just one is yesterday and this morning. You send me beautiful sunset and sunrise pictures from your beautiful Sea Ray, and also at the back of in the cockpit, they have a beautiful. They made a nice steak And then they also have it, where is it? Oh, there we go. And they also have beautiful flowers that they put on there, inspired apparently by my plants that I like to put there. I just feel that it makes it more natural inside the boat. Like my background is forestry, as some of you know, so it's just like more plants there. Just love it. The green works really well with the ivory white there inside the boat. So yeah, I'm super happy for you guys. You spend the first night though on your boat, I believe. You had it surveyed, and it passed the survey last week. So they sent me pictures of them on the Rideau Canal at locks that I know very well, and with the lock master there too. You guys look like you're having the time of your life. So while I'm preparing the boat, and as you know, because of the flood there, the boat is going to be launched only next week. The road's just been repaired to access to the marina by the city, and then so I'm on it here now. So in the meantime, when I get back home, I look on YouTube and I see some videos, or I see some pictures and in my email. So thanks a lot for that. It's entertaining. In the meantime, now you guys just like really pumped me up there to finally go on the water with the boat. So thanks for that. Very happy for you guys, and thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Let's test my theory that the batteries are connected. What should I press first? How about the Raytheon? Oh, yes. All right. The depth is, yeah. I'm still on land. And what else could I press? Build drawers. Oh yeah. There was like the light would be blinking in over here. I can see it more because there was only one blower working. So there. Yeah, baby. What a nice warning that was on the water. I didn't know what it stands for because it's the first time it happened to me, but yeah, every time I go out on the water, I learn something new. Well, all right, my friends, this was just a quick update, and then yeah, oh, I gotta clean all of that here. I got some tools to do that, but tomorrow. Always do tomorrow what you could do today. All right, with that, we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm happy. Memories on the Rideau last forever. Oh, those raccoons. Oh my God. But it looks fantastic in here. Should I start the engines? Come on. Eh? Why not? It's not in the water, but I just can't wait. Oh, yes, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and oh, that sounds so good. The twins are on.